Tom. You look a little stressed today. Are you okay?
Yeah, kind of. I'm just tired. I stayed up late again, trying to study.
Studying again? Wow, you've been very consistent lately.
I'm trying, but here's the problem. I study for hours, I read a lot, I take notes, and then the next morning, boom, the knowledge is gone. I don't even remember half of it.
The classic I learned it yesterday, but forgot today problem.
Exactly. I feel like my brain is a bucket with holes.
A cute bucket with holes.
Not cute. It's painful.
Okay, fair enough. But don't worry, what you're feeling is something many learners feel. Actually, that's a great topic for today's podcast.
Yeah? What's the topic?
What if I can't remember what I learn? And even more important, what if the value of learning is not about remembering?
Huh, that sounds deep. I like it.
Then let's dive in.
So, Emma, let me ask you directly. Why does my brain forget so fast? Is something wrong with me?
No, nothing is wrong with you. Forgetting is actually how the brain works. Believe it or not, forgetting protects your brain
Protects me? From what?
from overload. Imagine if you remembered every number plate you saw on the road today, every word you saw online, every noise you heard.
Okay, that sounds like torture.
Exactly. So your brain has a filter. It decides what looks important and what doesn't. If something doesn't feel important yet, the brain puts it aside.
But I was studying. Isn't that important?
Important to you, yes, but your brain doesn't immediately know that. It needs repetition to say, this is useful. I should keep it.
So, one time learning doesn't stay?
Usually not. You need exposure, emotion, usage, or repetition. When you combine these, your memory becomes stronger.
I guess that makes sense. But why does it feel so frustrating?
Because we think learning means remembering, but that's not the whole story.
Okay, then tell me, what is the real purpose?
Simple. Learning changes your thinking, not just your memory.
Explain?
Okay, when you learn, two things happen. You collect information, which you might forget. You change the way your mind works, which stays.
Like a software update?
Perfect. Just like updating your phone. You don't remember every detail in the update, but your phone works better. Same with your brain.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Let me give you examples. You study English. Even if you forget words, you slowly feel language patterns. You study history. Even if you forget dates, you understand how the world works. You study programming. Even if you forget syntax, you understand logic. You study health. Even if you forget scientific names, you develop healthy habits.
So learning leaves something behind, even if memory doesn't.
Exactly. Learning changes you.
But it still feels bad to forget.
Of course. But forgetting is actually part of remembering.
That sounds like a paradox.
Let me explain. When you learn something and forget it, your brain says, it's not strong yet. Then, when you review or see it again, your brain strengthens the connection.
So it's like training?
Yes, think of the brain like a gym. Every time you forget and then relearn, you lift the weight again, and the muscle becomes stronger.
So forgetting is part of the workout.
Exactly.
Wow, I feel better already. Okay, so how do I make memory stronger?
Repetition, exposure, usage, not pressure, not stress, just contact.
Like hearing English every day?
Yes, exactly. Even if you don't remember every word, your brain gets used to the rhythm. Slowly, things become natural.
Is that why kids learn so fast?
Yes, kids don't study textbooks or memorize vocabulary lists. They just live with the language. They hear things again and again.
Adults always pressure themselves to remember everything.
And that pressure blocks learning. Relaxed minds learn better.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not improving.
That's normal. Learning is quiet, slow, hidden. Let me ask you something. Do you feel more comfortable with English than a year ago?
Yes, definitely.
See? That's progress. You didn't notice each tiny step, but the steps added up.
So small improvements matter.
They matter the most. Success is built from small, repeated actions. We don't jump from beginner to expert. We walk there.
Can you give me examples of small learning moments?
Sure. You understand a sentence you didn't understand before. You catch the meaning of a word without checking. You read faster today than last month. You follow a YouTube video with fewer subtitles. You write a sentence more naturally. You don't panic when you see long paragraphs.
Actually, these things did happen to me.
Exactly. But because they're small, you don't notice. That's why learning feels slow, but it isn't.
So if I want to remember better, I should use what I learn?
Yes, when you use something, the brain marks it as important.
How do I use it?
Speak it, write it, teach it, apply it. Even simple actions like using a new word in a sentence, explaining something to a friend, writing a short note about what you learned, asking yourself a question and answering it, practicing in a real situation. These tiny actions send a very strong message to your brain.
And the brain says, keep this?
Exactly.
I know many people who want to learn, but they give up because they think they forget too much.
Yes, that fear stops more people than any difficulty.
It almost stopped me too.
But not anymore.
Thanks to this conversation.
That fear comes from the belief that learning should be perfect. But perfection is not learning. Consistency is learning. Curiosity is learning. Trying again is learning.
That sounds comforting.
Because the truth is comforting.
Emma, can you give me a mantra or something? Something simple that I can tell myself when I get frustrated?
Of course. Repeat after me. Learning brings change, not perfect memory.
Learning brings change, not perfect memory.
Again.
Learning brings change, not perfect memory.
Memorize this one sentence, not facts, not details. This mindset will make your learning journey peaceful and strong.
What does a realistic learning day look like?
It looks simple, not dramatic, not heavy. Something like, learn 10 minutes. Forget some. Learn again. Practice a little. Notice a small improvement. Feel curious. Stay open.
So learning is part of daily life, not a fight.
Exactly. Learning is growth, not stress.
You know, when I look back at last year, I really feel different.
Yes, that's the magic. You don't notice each step, but you notice the result when you look back.
I think that means I'm improving after all.
You're improving every day you show up.
Emma, do you really think I can become a good learner?
Tom, you already are one, because good learners aren't perfect. Good learners are curious, open, and willing to try again.
That sounds like me.
It is you. And to everyone listening, if you worry about forgetting, remember, you are learning more than you think. You are growing more than you notice. And you are becoming better every day you keep going.
And never forget our new line. Learning brings change, not perfect memory. That's really the message we wanted to share today.
Right, because every time you learn, even a little, something in you grows. Your mind, your habits, your confidence.
Exactly. And before we wrap up, we want to thank you for spending your time with us.
Every follow tells us that someone out there is choosing growth and that we're all walking this journey together.
We read every message. And who knows, your story might inspire someone who really needs it.
And remember, progress is progress, no matter the size.
If today's episode encouraged you or gave you a new way to think about learning, we'd love for you to follow our podcast.
And if you have your own learning story or questions you want to share, feel free to leave a comment.
So keep learning, keep moving forward.
We'll see you next time. Take care and keep going.